Welcome to Mystery Miners, Myths and Legends edition. I'm your host, Theo. Today, we are going to be talking about a figure that is part myth and part history. We are going to be talking about the legendary god of wealth in Chinese mythology, Guan Yu. Brace yourself for a journey through the blood, sweat, and tears of Guan Yu's epic life. Let's get to know this legendary figure on today's episode. Guan Yu Chao, or Guan Gong, is a legendary figure with many titles. He is an extraordinary character in Asian history and mythology, renowned for his unwavering commitment to justice and unyielding loyalty to his comrades. Throughout generations, Guan Yu has been worshipped and celebrated worldwide. His story began during the Three Kingdoms era in ancient China, which spanned from 220 to 280 AD. Guan Yu emerged as one of the 5 legendary tiger generals of the Han Dynasty, a prestigious title reserved for the greatest warlords of that time. The tales of his heroic exploits were further emphasized in the 14th century Chinese novel called The Romance of the Three Kingdoms by Luo Guanzhang, blending both mythology and history. This book is considered one of the 4 great classic novels of Chinese literature. Guan Yu's legend doesn't stop there. In fact, his story continued to grow in modern times, reaching a wider audience through opera, films, movies, and most notably, video games like the popular Dynasty Warriors series. Let us continue to delve into the greatest adventures of this legendary warlord, Guan Yu. Before becoming a renowned general under Liu Bei during the Han Dynasty's decline, Guan Yu had a different name and identity. During his younger days, he was known as Changshen and was born around 160 AD in present-day Shanxi, China. With destiny calling him, Guan Yu set out on a journey, eventually crossing paths with his future brothers, Liu Bei and Zhang Fei, during the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Although they're not related by blood, the fictional Romance of the Three Kingdoms depicts how they became a family, bound by loyalty and brotherhood. The Oath of the Peach Garden is a significant event in Guan Yu's story. According to the novel, during the 180s AD, Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei held a brotherly ritual in a peach garden. They pledged to protect the Han Dynasty from the Yellow Turban Rebellion, forging an unbreakable bond of loyalty and brotherhood. This strengthens the bond and unity between the 3 men. But Guan Yu's loyalty was tested when he was forced to serve under Liu Bei's rival, the warlord who goes by the name of Cao Cao. During the Battle of Boma, Guan Yu sees an opportunity to demonstrate his allegiance to Liu Bei by slaying an enemy general in Cao Cao's name. Before leaving, he returned all the gifts he had received from Cao Cao and wrote a farewell letter to express his gratitude. Touched by Guan Yu's loyalty, Cao Cao admired him and ordered his men not to go after him. But let's talk about Guan Yu's most iconic feature, his majestic beard. This legendary facial hair has become symbolic of Guan Yu's character and is often depicted in various artistic renditions. Traditionally, he is portrayed as a red-faced warrior, a color derived from Chinese opera, where it represents courage and loyalty. Clad in green robes from head to toe, Guan Yu stands out with his imposing presence and his trademark weapon, the Green Dragon Crescent Blade. The Green Dragon Crescent Blade, also known as the Frostfire Blade, is a traditional Chinese guan dao resembling a lengthy spear with a massive sword-like blade at its top. Legends surrounding this weapon are as fascinating as Guan Yu himself. According to one tale, a blacksmith crafted the blade, which was funded by a merchant who believed in Guan Yu and his brother's cause. Another legend suggests that Guan Yu fashioned the blade himself after a solemn oath with his brothers. There's even a story of a green dragon that passed by as the blade was being forged and its body parts were incorporated into the weapon. However, it is worth noting that guan dao blades weren't used in China until centuries after Guan Yu's death. But even the mightiest warriors are not invincible, and fate eventually caught up with Guan Yu in 220 AD. He was captured by Lu Meng, a general serving Wu Dynasty's warlord, Sun Quan. After Guan Yu's men surrendered and fled, Lu Meng instructed his troops to treat the city's inhabitants with kindness. Sadly, Guan Yu was executed and his head was sent to Cao Cao. Cao Cao, with a respectful gesture, granted his old friend a funeral with full honors. Although Guan Yu was gone, his legacy found new life in his untimely demise. After his death, Guan Yu's legend transcended the mortal realm, and he became a mythical figure of worship. Guan Yu also holds a special place in traditional Chinese religions. Guan Yu, a historical figure symbolized as a god of wealth in Chinese culture, is often depicted in temples and shrines with symbols and attributes associated with prosperity and financial success. His portrayal typically includes a guan dao representing his strength and symbolizing cutting through obstacles and accumulating wealth. Additionally, Guan Yu's worship as a god of wealth is driven by practical considerations, as Chinese culture highly values success in business. Thank you so much for tuning in into the Mystery Miners Myths and Legends. We got more interesting tales lined up for you. Make sure you come back and join us again.